So Real Madrid beat Villarreal, and honestly, the only question I'm asking is, where's Endrick? And honestly, this brings me to even bigger things that I want to speak about, and that is, when is Xabi just gonna unleash Endrick? And yes, I know some people are gonna say, what do you mean unleash? He's murdered all this stuff. People like to criticize him, they overlook his performances. Yes, there's many times he doesn't perform, but it is what it is. He hasn't been getting any minutes this season. It's honestly ridiculous. And I mean, what is Xabi doing? Xabi should be playing him some more. And honestly, the perfect match to have played him was against Kairat. That was a small team, leading 5-0. Instead he goes on to put on Gonzalo Garcia. I'm not gonna complain, I like Gonzalo Garcia. I think he should be playing more, and therefore I won't complain too much. But I think that would have been a better opportunity to give Endrick some minutes. He hasn't gotten any minutes since he came back from his injury. But listen, all that thought, we are going to speak about Endrick. Let's just speak about this Villarreal performance, because you know, Vini Jr. It's all Vini Jr. He scored 2 goals. Well, actually Mbappé also scored, it was 3-1. But Vini Jr., it looks like he's back. Now his first goal, listen, deflected goal. Either way, what he did to get to that goal was impressive. It reminded me of old Vini. And if he can perform like this, day in, day out, well, not day in, day out, but game in, game out, then the old Vini is back. And he was cooking throughout the match. I thought he was playing good. The Villarreal defenders, he had them on strings. He had Rafa Marin on strings. Rafa Marin, former Real Madrid player. For you guys who have been following the channel for years, you guys know this was one of my favorite Castilla players. And honestly, he was a foul machine. He was fouling Vini non-stop. And he gave away the penalty for Vini. And Vini took it from Mbappé. And Vini scored it. It looked like he missed it. It looked like the keeper saved it. But then he scored. But either way, Vini, I'm happy. A good performance. I can't complain. So now we move on back to Endrick. And now Endrick falls into the picture. And I think it's quite obvious. I think Endrick will slot perfectly into the team when he does return. And we do know Xabi has been testing the team. And he's looking into getting a second team. A B team. Similar to what we've seen in 2016-2017. In which Zidane was just blessed. Like, he was blessed with an insane team. And I mean, I don't think we can match that. I don't think this current Madrid team matches up to that team. But either way, he's looking into it. And I think who better to represent the B team than Endrick. Endrick, who is one of the most versatile players in the team. When I say versatile, I think he can play striker, right wing, left wing, even attacking midfield. Because he's so gifted and he's short. He's not like your typical 9. He's not someone that's gonna hit the ball in because he's too short. Now yes, he's done that in his career. But either way, he's a very skillful player. And this is a talent that can't go wasted under Xabi. And I mean, for Palmeiras, Endrick played so well in the right wing position. Like, I think actually, right wing might be his best position. Because when you see him play for Palmeiras at the right wing, he's cooking. He has speed, he has skill. You can play him there. You can honestly play him there. You can make him competition for Mastantuono. But then again, the striker position needs players. We need strikers. And I think Endrick is perfect for that. But I hate the way the internet is making Endrick out to be. They make him out to be like this bad player. Like a player that shouldn't be playing for Madrid. And let me tell you something. The reports I saw at the beginning of the season were the biggest jokes I've ever seen in my life. Because Endrick going on loan, the fact that there was reports that he's going on loan to Sociedad, going on loan to all these teams, it was laughable. The media and the fans act like he had such a poor season, when it's far from it. He had such a good season in my opinion. With his limited minutes, he performed. You can go to many matches where this guy performed, and many matches where he even came up from the bench. He didn't even start. Came up from the bench and impacted the match insanely. And he's one of the most underrated prospects in this generation. You know, people talk about Yamal. Okay, you know what? Yamal, he's a different breed, different level. I'm not gonna add him into prospects. He's not a prospect. He's already established in my opinion. Being second place in the Ballon d'Or, this guy's not a prospect. But like the Desiree Doués, I think Endrick is on that level. I think he's on that level. Listen, you guys might think I'm talking absolute nonsense, but I think Endrick is on that level. And he's proved it many times. Yes, he has not performed against big clubs. He has not performed against big clubs. I understand that. But if you watch this guy play, you just know this guy's gonna be big. It's one of the biggest prospects in the world. Like, people underrate him so badly. And you know what? There's this fan bases on Twitter and X where they say Estevao is better than Endrick. Why didn't Real Madrid sign Estevao? And yes, you know what? After Estevao, how he performed against Liverpool, in which he scored the winner. You know, you will start to ask questions like that, like, why didn't they just sign Estevao? But the thing is, I still back Endrick. I still back him. You know, I know many of you guys are gonna say, no, Estevao is way better. The recency bias is gonna eat like crazy. But I still back Endrick. I still back him. But either way, moving on back to the Villarreal match. Let's talk about Mbappé. So Mbappé, honestly, a good performance. He assisted Vini's goal. Now let's be honest. You guys know what I say about these type of things. I don't count this as an assist. Yes, he put in that pass to Vini, but Vini did most of the work. So I don't count that as an assist. But you know, it is an assist. No matter what I said, it's still an assist. But I mean, he didn't lay it on a silver platter for him. Mbappé did score. He scored in this game. And it was such a beauty of a goal. Look at this, Mbappé, who honestly could have just scored this goal himself, decides to be so unselfish, passes it back to Mbappé. What a beauty of a goal to look at. Honestly, such a good goal to watch. Aesthetically pleasing, all these types of things. This was beautiful. I want to see more of this from Real Madrid. Plays like this is the plays that we saw in 2021 under Ancelotti. When Vini and Benzema were linking up, like those type of plays. That is what this goal reminded me of. Their link up play was so good. You know, another player that I thought played good in this game was Camavinga against Kairat. He scored, and honestly it was a decent performance from him, but in this game, this man put on a masterclass of a performance. Masterclass, okay, maybe that's overrating it. But he had a good performance. You know what I'm seeing also on the internet? I'm sorry if I'm speaking so much about the things I'm seeing on the internet. It upsets me because people suddenly start to put agendas there of Bellingham, saying that he's washed and all this stuff. That's why he's not playing for Madrid. That's why he's not starting for Madrid, and that's why England didn't call him up. I feel like these people are I think it's just trolls. It's just trolls, and I think maybe I'm falling for the bait. But you know what, if I'm being honest with you on this match, I thought it was boring. It was boring, and let me be honest with you. Most of Real Madrid's matches at the Bernabeu against Villarreal are always boring. They're always boring, no one can argue with me. I thought maybe this match would be slightly different. Yes, it was kind of different, maybe a bit more entertaining, but it was still boring. It was still a boring match. Real Madrid against Villarreal was always the most boring fixture of the entire La Liga season. I think it's just like the styles don't match. Or maybe I'm just being over dramatic, but to me this game was kind of a sleeper. But that's my thoughts. Tell me your thoughts there in the comment sections. I will be responding, will be reading. But if you enjoyed, smash like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Peace.